Hello all. Okay, let's look into the lead code problem. Maximize the number of target node after connecting trees. Okay, there are two undirected trees are available of size n and m nodes. Okay, means in tree 1 there are n nodes and in tree 2 there are m nodes. Okay, with distinct label in range from 0 to n minus 1 and 0 to m minus 1 respectively. Okay, and you are given a 2D integer array edges 1 and edges 2. Okay, which is show the edge for tree 1 and edge for tree 2. Okay, of length n minus 1 and m minus 1. Okay, this one n minus 1 and m minus 1 respect, where each edge is represented from ai. There is a edge in between ai and bi. Okay, connection in between node ai and bi. Okay, and similarly in edge 2 also same is indicating that there is a edge in between ui to vi. Okay, so and we are having a one integer k also available. So what will be the what we have to do in this? Node u is target. What they say, node u is say target to node v. Okay, when it will be target to node v if the number of edges on the path, means number of edge in between path of u to v, okay, is less than or equal to k. Okay, let's say there is a node 1. Okay, from 1 to 2 there is a edge is 1. Okay, now 2 to 3 there is a edge of 2. Okay, and suppose if say k r k value is 2. Okay, so in that case node 1 for node 1 for node 1 2 is also target and 3 is also target, but is 4 target? No. But for 2, but if we talking about node 2, number of target will be this 1, this 2, and this one is 3. So they are saying that. Okay, now what we have to do, and node that a node is always a target to itself. Okay, they are saying node is always a target to their self also. Okay, like this, in this way, this 4 is target to their self. Okay, now we have to return an array of an integers answer where each answer of I, okay, means each answer of I is the maximum possible number of node target. Okay, maximum possible of node target of to node I for of the first tree if you have to connect one node from the first tree to the another node in the second tree. Okay, but they are say like there is a tree, this one, 2 and 3 and here 4. Okay, now there is one more tree is available like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we need to make connection, means there is two tree 1 and tree 2. Okay, so we have to connect this node, means for node 1 we have to connect by with tree 2 by any of the node. Okay, and what will be our target? We need to make maximum target for node 1. So okay, first can we calculate the target separately for each tree? So let's say calculate the target for separately. Let's say for 1 what will be the target is 2. Let's say our k value will be 2. Okay, so this will be 2. From 1 we'll able to reach 3. Okay, so what will be the value of this is, and it is target to itself also, that's why this value will become 3. For 2 what will be the maximum value? From 2 we able to achieve this one is target, this one also target of ourself, this one is target, this one is target. So what will be the maximum value for 2 is 4. Similarly for 3 it will be 4, but 4 same as 3, 1. So what will be the maximum target separately is 3. Similarly the same value is 3, 4, 4 and 3. So if we make connection, if we made connection with 1 and 1, is it made make maximum? No. But if we make connection of 1 to either 2 or either 3, it will give me maximum. Okay, this is the question. Okay, let's say take this example. If we take this example, and paste it here. Okay, I pasted it there. Okay, so tree 1 is there and tree 2 is there. So we'll first what we did, we have to calculate, means in this we'll calculate the each node, for each node we'll calculate separately what will be their maximum. Let's say our k value will be 2. So for 0, this one will be 1 will be connection, 2 will be, 3 will be, 4 will be and 0 will be. So the value will become 5. Okay, similarly for 1, what will be the connection? 1, this will be, this will be and 2 will be. So only 3. For this 2, what will be the connection? 2, 2, 2, yes. 0, yes. 1, yes. 3, yes. Yes. Okay. So for this, what will be the maximum value? Is 5. Now for 3, what will be the maximum? This, only this one. Let's say this one, this one and this one and this one. Only 4. For this one and this one. Okay, what and all? This one, this one, this one, this one. Then it will be 4. Okay, so what will be the maximum value? Let's say for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these 4 nodes, what will be the maximum, their maximum value? For 0 node, the 5. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4 and 4 also 4. This is the maximum. Similarly, we'll calculate the maximum target for the second tree. What will be the maximum for 0? So there is a one catch, that when we made connection, when we make connection in between these two tree, we will add one additional edge in between. Okay, so that's why we need to calculate the number maximum target by k equal to k minus 1. Let's say the, so let's say we are going to add this tree by this, for example. So we'll introduce one more additional edge. Okay, one more additional edge. That's why we need to calculate minus 1. Okay, k minus 1 for k minus 1. So what will be the k value is 2. So we will now our k will for the secondary will 1. So for this 0, what will be the maximum? This one, 2, 3 and 1 only, and this. So the value will for 1, 0, 4 and 3. 0, 4 and 1. So the value will become 3. Same as similarly 2, it will able to reach 2, means able to reach 7, 2, 4 only. Is it able to reach 3? No. So because our k value is 1, that's why. So the value will become 3. For 3, what will be the maximum value? 0. For 3, what will be the maximum? 3. 3 to 2, is it able to achieve? No. 3 to 0 only. 3 to 0 only. So the value will become 2. Similarly for 4, it is able to go 1, 2 and 3 in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, and current. So the value will become 4. Similarly for 5, only it will go in this. So the value will 2, 6, only this one and current there. For this also there. So but will the maximum value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So what will be the value for 0 is 4, 1, 1 is 3, 4, 2, 3, 3 is 2, 4 is 4, 5 is 2, 6 is 2, and 7 for 7 is value also 2. Okay, so we have two options, two nodes available. Okay, what and all? This node 0 and node 4, maximum node with value 4. So we can make connection. Okay, with the tree 1, with this tree 1 we can make connection with any of this node. Any of the node will connect, able to connect either 0 node and either with the fourth node. Okay, will give the maximum output. Okay, so what will be our intuition? First we need to calculate separately what will be the maximum, what will be the maximum target separately, and what will be the maximum target from tree 2. Okay, from from tree to what will be the maximum max from tree to निकालना first we have to, then we have to calculate the maximum target for each node in tree 1, then add maximum from tree 2, whatever the maximum from tree 2, that, that all we have to need add. Okay, so we'll look so there are multiple approaches, like we will do using binary search, means using BFS and the DFS. Okay, so first look into the DFS approach. So I was already completed this solution and I try multiple scenarios, and so we'll discuss. So what will be the intuition? So that we are given this vector array h1 and the h2. Okay, what and all are given? Let's say, let me just copy this code so that and paste it here. Okay, so in this query, what and all we have given? H1, H2 and K. So from this H, first need to made adjacency list. Okay, graph 1 and graph 2. How will made? First iterate over the H1 and made as in the problem statement it is clear that it is unidirectional. So from node 0 we can able to move node 1 and node 1 to means we able to move in back direction also. Okay, means 1 to 0 is possible. Okay, 1 to 0. Similarly here 0 to 1 also possible. Same in the similar fashion we'll create a adjacency list for tree 2 also, graph 2 also. Now we have to calculate maximum target from the graph 2. So we'll iterate all of the nodes, maintain a visitor list here. Okay, then call a DFS. Whatever the result we'll get from the DFS, based on that we'll update our maximum value. Okay, from graph 2. Now we'll look into the DFS value. First we'll look what and all we passed. We passed adjacency list, visited means for check, means we are iterating for separately for each node. Okay, and here we are passing the current node. What will be their initial value? Means initial level we have to maintain, means we have to calculate the level at which level we have. Okay, means like level order traversal we have to do, and there we have to search for k minus 1. Okay, Now in this DFS, if the first our base condition will be if our level become more than k, then we have to or we already visited that node. Okay, so we'll return 0 from them, else we'll mark it the current node as a visited and make the count a 1 for itself, because for each node is target of their self. Okay, now after that we'll iterate their neighbors and call the DFS method for their neighbors. Okay, and from them we'll update the count, whatever the count we are getting, and in the end we'll return the count. Okay, simple DFS approach. Similarly, we'll create a answer array what we have to return, and for graph 1, we'll calculate the maximum value, whatever the maximum value we are getting for each node. Okay, for each node from in range of 0 to n minus 1, from whatever the range 0 to n. Okay, n minus 1 range. Okay, so for each node we'll get maximum target, and in that maximum target we have to add the means for each node we have to connect the node mean with tree 2 and make maximum target. So whatever the maximum target from tree 2 will be added here, and it will be the answer. Okay, I think this approach is very simple. So let's look into the BFS approach more. Okay, sorry. So because my intuition just to show uh, with the approach how memory constraint are increased. See, for the DFS approach the memory need uses will be 62 MB. Now when I jump to the BFS approach, the memory uses will become 3 times, and the time complexity will also increased in case of BFS. So what will be the BFS approach? The our approach will same, that we have to make adjacency list, we have to calculate the maximum from graph 2, we have to do same thing. Now but the intuition means how we are calculating maximum target for each node, that approach is changed. Here we'll apply BFS. In that BFS, the size of queue is increasing, and the we are using the STLs. Okay, so it is stored in the stack memory, so that's why it is increase the space. So what will be the, we are taking queue and we have to do the level order traversal. So for that, to maintain the level order, that's why we'll push -1 to indicate the level. Okay, after that we'll push the current node of each level. Okay, all nodes at each level. So at the 0th level there is only one node index, make mark it as true, make count is initially 0, make the connection by +1. Okay, because we are maintaining in BFS order for level order. Now we have to apply while q is not empty, until q is not empty, or until k is less than equal to 0. Okay, there is two things. Let me tell you, there is, we have to get two things, that there is a node 1. Okay, in this side there is a 2 value. Okay, and k will be, let's say, 3, and here the value will be 3 and the value will become 4. Now in this side there is no more depth, that's why we'll make q not empty method. Okay, for this one, suppose let's say there is a deeper. Okay, so for this we are applying k I is less than equal to 0. Okay, oh sorry, greater than, my mistake, until r k is greater than and equal to 0, still we have to enter in the while loop. Okay, now we have to fetch current element. For the current element we have to check the level. are we jump onto the next level or not, or are we on the same level? So if the current index current is pointing to -1, that we are moving to the next level. So we have to update our k value. Next we have to check for the next level. Again we need to push -1 to indicate their next level. So there is a one condition: if there is a new element, if there is any element is available pending in the queue, only then we'll add -1 in that. Okay, else we'll increase the count for current and will call for their all childs. Okay, all neighbors, push all the neighbors in it. Okay, and in the end we'll return count. So this is the BFS approach. Now I see there is one more approach is available using DFS. Okay, and but it's having more optimized. Means if we compare, it is taking only 105 millisecond, half of the previous DFS approach. So what's the difference in that? There is a difference in the, let's say compare both of them. In the previous one we are sending the visited array. Okay, but in this DFS we are not sending any visited array. Just one thing made that much big difference. How? So in this, how they're maintaining visited array? Just in this approach, in the new implementation of this DFS, what they did, they are just stop to traverse their parent node. Okay, just they stop to traverse their parent node. Like that we are having a child node adjacent. So here I'm just stopping that adjacent is not equal to parent. Only then we call the DFS again. Okay, this is the different version of this, but it is available only in able to used in some few scenarios. Okay, okay, I will just wrap this call here, because I already discussed all three approaches, and the approach intuition behind this are very clear to all of you. So let me just, okay, close this, wrap it. Okay, bye.